Hello, I'm Toycat, and today we're going to be talking about Creator Class in Black Ops 2, and specifically how that can be related to shotguns and effective classes and stuff to use for shotguns, because the game isn't out yet, but there's still a lot of effective things you can do with the, the perk list, the weapon list, and the wildcard list that will allow you to, just be a step ahead of the game when the game actually is released. So I'm going to be talking about that today, and just in the background quickly is some Spaz 12 gameplay from Black Ops 1, obviously. And I'm just using it in a slightly less orthodox way, where I just use it for the first 2 or 3 kills in a kill streak, then switch out my secondary weapon to another primary, essentially giving me overkill, and then I just use the shotgun whenever there's a close range, encounter or whatever. So that's why I'm using the shotgun in a strange way. And I was doing so awfully this game, like I thought at the end I looked at the score and I was like, I thought I was just doing so bad because, I was just playing awfully. I was sprinting around corners I shouldn't have. If you look at the chopper gun, I was just so rusty, and it just felt so bad when I was playing it. But it was a somewhat good score, so I thought I'd show you, just to let you guys, see if you thought that was awful as well, if you saw every mistake that I was seeing, or if I'm just overly critical of myself, because, I'm not sure which it is, but there are some games where I just feel so good and I get an awful score, and vice versa. So I figure I might upload a couple of those before Black Ops 2, so we can get a solid schedule going. Anyway, let's talk about what I actually want to talk about, perks and class setup advice for Black Ops 2 for the specifically rating shotguns, because I'm a big shotgun fan. I really love the concept of the shotgun in the Call of Duty series, because unlike real life, unlike it probably should be, they have a limited range. I think they should have a limited range just so you can have that little edge, but basically since in the Call of Duty series they don't have unlimited range, it's a really interesting concept of, like, because every gun is essentially how well you can move around the map. But the shotguns are entirely how well you can move around the map. If you can't get within within X range of the enemy, with X range being the range of your shotgun, you won't win gunfights unless they're really bad, in which case you'd probably win it with a knife. But I just think that's a really interesting concept. Whereas if you're in range, you should win like 80%, 90%, 99% of your gunfights, because even if you just get one shot off and it hit markers, you still mess them up till you can fire your second one, especially when it comes to the the semi-autos or the full autos. So I think that's just a really interesting concept. Anyway, let's actually jump into what I'm talking about. So first of all, I figured we're going to go over 2 classes here. We're going to be talking about the fast class though. This class is mainly focusing on like getting around the map quickly and playing to the shotgun's strengths while still covering it for its weaknesses. So let's jump right in. So first of all, the shotgun of choice. I think there's been 3 or 4 shotguns revealed so far. I'm not sure if that's all of them, but we'll just hope that there's more. But so far the shotgun's looking somewhat bland, but the one that really has caught my attention is the M1216, I believe it's called. It's a 4-round burst shotgun, and it has 24 in the... No wait, I'm wrong about that, but it's a 4-round burst shotgun. It has either 16, 20 or 24 on the clip, I believe, which is just so 4 to... Actually, I think it's 4 times 4, so it'd be 16 in the clip, and it's 4-round burst. And even if it's AO12 weak, even if we're talking like, ridiculously low range, too high a fire rate to actually, control and feel awesome about. From what I've seen in the trailers and the gameplay footage, it looks actually somewhat strong, like the same sort of strength as a maybe I don't want to say striker, but that sort of, that's a USAS maybe without the range. That's what it's looking like so far, and I'm just really looking forward to using that. So we're going to base the class around that, because that's going to be the shotgun I try for a good, probably my first prestige. I'm going to be using that the most because it's a 4-round burst shotgun. That is the shit. I'm sorry. So we're going to use that. We'll come back to attachments with how many points we have left. So that's 1 point. That's 1 point down at the 10-point pick 10 system. So 9 to go. So we're going to go 3 perks, just to keep it standard. Marathon, extreme conditioning, sorry, and lightweight. Because extreme conditioning, even though it's only double sprint, and I think double sprint really isn't that much worth a perk, and I think at some point I might change that out. I think to start the game out, we're going to try going high mobility, see if that works. So we're going to go extreme conditioning lightweight. Lightweight, it's 6% or 7% speed boost. They might even be nerfed more, because they actually removed it from Auto 3 for balance reasons, which doesn't make any sense in my opinion. But anyway, sorry, a little bit off of topic there. But basically, because it's only 6 or 7% difference, but that can be the difference between when you charge at someone, just straight out charge at them when, like, you're out of the range. That can be the difference between when you stop and fire. you being within range to, hit mark them and throw them off aim, so you can get closer, or even being able to kill them, or the difference between you're firing bullets that do nothing and giving them plenty of time to aim at you. So that's why we're going with that, because high mobility is just key of the shotgun. Because moving around the map right is ideal with a shotgun. You can sort of camp with a shotgun to a degree, but that's just not as fun, and it's not my playstyle anyway, so we're not going to do that. And then second perk, I was thinking maybe we could leave this one blank, but then I looked through the slot, because they're not really that shotgun friendly, because you don't really need scavenger on shotguns generally in the COD series. Sleight of hand, is it not? No, sleight of hand's not a perk. I just look a scavenger. No, scavenger and something else. I know I'm sounding so unprepared, but basically, in the second perk slot, we're thinking, maybe fast hands, because fast hands, when you're using a shotgun, you have just your secondary and your primary and secondary nades to cover you, and since the secondaries are generally close range orientated, that essentially leaves you with just your primary and secondary nades. So fast hands really allows you to double the effectiveness of your grenades. Especially if you go with them fast throwing or good, effective, fast acting equipment such as the Tomahawk or the Semtex. So we're gonna go Semtex and with fast hands, and then perhaps concussion grenades. I mean, the concussion flash balance, it'd be interesting to see what Treyarch have done there, because Infinity Ward have taken it all the way back to flash after three or 4 games, probably 4. No, it'd be 3 games where the stun was dominant. It'll be interesting to see if they actually rebalance them and make it interesting, but probably the concussion, because if they've taken it back down to like Black Ops 1 FF2 standards of stun, then that'll be some awesome, epic fun to play around with that. So then we'll have the concussion and the Semtex, which will cover us at long range, either allow us to flank. Because think about it, on let's say Nuketown, you might think this is a silly idea to use concussions, but most people use them for when enemies are like somewhere in front of them, and just to slow them down so they can catch up with them. I think ideal use for them, it's something I've been trying to do a bit more in Black Ops recently, is you see someone but they're slightly outside your range, or you doubt, you want to get a higher percentage of, not higher, but a higher chance of winning the gunfight. Throw the concussion grenade, then flank them, because they won't be expecting a flank during concussions, because they just try to sort of cover what they can see during concussion. Yeah, concussion. For some reason that makes me stutter a little when I say concussion, but that's no problem. So that's what I'm thinking there, and then that gives us 4 points to spare. So we're going to go with a wild card of either 2 lethals or 2 tacticals, depending on your point of view, because 2 Semtexes, 2 concussions. They have 2 complete different uses that depends on how you play and which you prefer. I'm not sure that's 1,000,000% sure how that works, but I'm fairly sure you can trade out one for the other if you use a wildcard point. So that would leave us with 3 points, or 2 points, I don't know. And then I'm thinking we'll go with 2 attachments on the M21-6, and I'm thinking I've only seen a few attachments for this. I think you have quick draw, but I'm not an aim down sights kind of shotgun. I'm a hit fire guy. So we're gonna go with laser sights, because that's essentially steady aim, which is I don't know, something like it takes the skill level of shotgun to the next level, because when using steady aim, it's not spraying, it's actually aiming. Then we go with extended mag. So I think that leaves us quite well prepared for everything. And then that leaves us 1 point. We'll just use a pistol, whichever one switches the fastest. So anyway, that was my class for the for a shotgun in Black Ops 2. Hopefully when the game comes out, it proves me right. If you enjoyed this video and you are not subscribed to my channel, basically this is the sort of thing I'll be doing for Black Ops 2, but with actual stats and stuff. At the moment it's all hypothetical stuff. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, that's awesome. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.